Archangel Michael says, the silence around you is not accidental, it has been orchestrated. There's someone whose smile in public hides the trembling of a secret they buried deep. You, unknowingly, carry the light that threatens to expose every corner of their hidden betrayal. They walk past you, pretending nothing happened, but their eyes avoid yours for a reason. Behind closed doors, they have tried to rewrite your truth, twist your words, and erase your impact. Because your story, your unfiltered, unbroken story, is the very flame that could burn their illusions to the ground. Their fear is not of you, it's of what you remember, of what you carry in your heart. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Your voice was never meant to be silenced, but they hoped your kindness would keep you quiet. They underestimated the storm that brews in the stillness of your spirit. In hidden meetings and whispered calls, they decided your truth must never reach the ears of those who would believe you. But what they forgot is that heaven listens even when the world tries not to. Archangel Michael says, someone is keeping tabs on your movements more than you realize. They monitor your words online, waiting to see if you'll speak the truth they fear. They dread the day your pain becomes a platform, the day your scars turn into a testimony. They are not afraid of what you might do, they are afraid of what others might finally understand. Type Amen to get blessing 642. The memory they're hiding isn't just guilt, it's evidence. The moment they wronged you was the moment they started building their house on a lie. Now, every time you speak with confidence, a crack runs through their fragile mask. Your truth isn't loud, but it echoes in ways they can't control. They've tried to distract you with false praise, empty apologies, or sudden affection. But you're not that easy to deceive anymore. You've grown too wise to mistake manipulation for concern. They don't want peace with you. They want peace from what you might reveal. Type Amen to get blessing 117. There's a reason you've been feeling watched lately, even when you're alone. They've planted seeds in the minds of others, hoping to paint you as the villain in a story they created. But the more they lie, the heavier their own conscience becomes. Your silence was never weakness, it was sacred power building in divine timing. A person close to them knows what they did, and that person is torn. They can't sleep well at night anymore. Because what they heard from your enemy does not align with what they know in their spirit. Truth has a way of whispering louder than any slander. Type Amen to get blessing 558. You are not forgotten in this chaos. Your tears were never wasted, they watered the field where your vindication will bloom. They tried to lock you out of rooms you belonged in, but heaven is unlocking greater doors. What they tried to steal, delay, or discredit will return to you multiplied. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, justice has already begun to stir behind the scenes. There is movement in places your eyes can't yet see. Documents are being revisited, names being mentioned, intentions being reviewed. The same mouth that mocked you will soon speak your name with trembling. Type Amen to get blessing 901. You are not being punished, you are being preserved. Your reputation has been held in heaven's hands while they played with lies in public. But their version of you is starting to rot in the mouths of those who believed it. Because the truth always finds the sunlight. There's a woman connected to this who underestimated your resilience. She smiled when she thought she'd ruined you. She celebrated your silence, unaware that silence sometimes means preparation. Now, she's worried, because someone she trusts is no longer protecting her lies. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The tables are turning in strange, divine ways. A person who once ignored your truth is now interested in your side of the story. Their curiosity isn't random, it's a nudge from spirit. You don't need to chase anyone, your name is being whispered into unexpected ears. Every time you felt like you were talking to walls, know that angels were recording your words. Heaven has your unedited testimony saved. They will regret trying to dim you, because you're not here to be quiet. You were sent to be a mirror that shows people what they tried to deny. Type Amen to get blessing 474. Someone who pretended to comfort you was secretly feeding information to the one who hurt you. Their fake friendship is breaking down because they can't keep up with the lies anymore. They thought they were smart, but truth is unraveling them one knot at a time. The weight of guilt is exposing their cracks. They tried to dismiss your intuition, but you were never wrong. You just didn't have proof then. But soon, proof will no longer be necessary. You'll stand so free that no lie can stand near you without shattering. Type Amen to get blessing 239. That person is terrified of the platform you're walking into. They know if you speak, the people will listen. Because you don't speak for revenge, you speak from healing. And that kind of truth breaks curses. Archangel Michael says, do not be afraid of their threats or their games. They are desperate now because their time is running out. The wall of secrecy they built is starting to collapse from the inside. And your name will come out of that rubble shining. Type Amen to get blessing 811. The energy around you is shifting. Even your enemies feel it, they just can't admit it. The universe is rearranging everything in your favor. Because your truth is not just your story, it's a key for others to wake up. There's someone in authority who is about to question them. And when they do, the web of lies will tangle its weaver. You don't need to fight for your name anymore, it's being defended by higher hands. Watch how truth avenges those who patiently endure. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Their plan was to wear you down so you'd eventually forget what they did. But instead, your mind became sharper. Your emotions didn't make you weak, they made you dangerous to falsehood. Now, they're the ones trying to forget, because remembering costs them peace. They forged signatures, spread rumors, made calls behind your back. They even involved people you once trusted. But what they didn't expect was your spiritual protection. Every plan against you is being exposed. Type Amen to get blessing 448. This isn't just a battle of words, it's a war of energies. And your energy is too anointed to be silenced. You've cried through nights while they danced in pretense. But heaven saw, and the time of reversal is close. One person in their circle is about to confess everything. They can no longer carry the lies. Their health, peace, and spirit are cracking under the pressure of deception. And the words they will speak will shock everyone. Type Amen to get blessing 300. This is why you couldn't explain everything before, it wasn't time yet. You were being shielded until your voice would carry authority. Now when you speak, your words will be guided and undeniable. They can't mute you anymore. Archangel Michael says, they cursed their own hands the day they tried to cover your truth. Your silence has been holy. But the next sound you make will be victory. Not just for you, but for those who carry stories like yours in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. They cannot outrun the justice that is forming. The same lies they used to isolate you are coming back to isolate them. Their allies are withdrawing, unsure if they're next. You are being protected and elevated at the same time. You were not sent here to be agreeable. You were sent to uncover, to heal, to awaken. You didn't ruin anything. You revealed what was already broken. And that is why they're afraid. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Keep walking forward, don't look back to argue with anyone still wearing masks. Truth doesn't shout, it stands tall and doesn't flinch. You are about to step into a room where your presence speaks louder than their accusations. And everything will shift. The time is coming when you won't need to defend your name, it will speak for itself. Every tear has written a line in a divine testimony. And no lie can delete the story heaven has recorded. You are rising, and no one can mute what is divine. Type Amen to get blessing 1999. Your rise is already unsettling those who built their comfort on your silence. They feel the tremors of exposure long before your truth fully arrives. And in their panic, they are turning on each other. Desperation makes even loyal traitors unstable. They never thought your light would return this strong. Someone is watching you, not with admiration, but with anxiety. They check to see if you've remembered the detail that could collapse everything they built. They try to control what others think of you, but your spirit is louder than their schemes. You are divinely protected and spiritually undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 707. There's someone who was part of their plans but now wants to walk away. They thought they could carry guilt in silence, but your presence awakens their conscience. They are preparing to distance themselves because your light is too intense. Their soul is conflicted, the truth they helped hide is haunting them. Your name is being mentioned in conversations meant to erase you, but instead, it echoes louder. They thought ignoring you would break you, but it's made you unshakable. Every lie they told is now demanding energy to maintain. And their strength is not enough to hold the illusion together. Type Amen to get blessing 626. One piece of evidence is about to surface in a very unexpected way. It was hidden, discarded, maybe even believed lost, but it's coming back. And with it, the false peace they created will shatter instantly. They will no longer be able to hide behind smiles and silence. Archangel Michael says, you are a living testimony. What you survived is no longer a scar, it's a stamp of authority. You are about to walk into your next season carrying power that makes shadows flee. Because your truth is no longer afraid. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There's someone who witnessed the wrong done to you but stayed silent out of fear. That fear is dissolving now. Because your light is giving them courage to admit what they saw. They're going to come forward, not out of guilt, but out of a shift in their soul. The person who orchestrated this deception feels the walls closing in. They tried to silence you, but their own voice is trembling now. Each new day brings them closer to exposure. And you don't have to lift a finger, the truth is doing all the work. Type Amen to get blessing 311. You once thought that silence was your only option. You walked through storms without screaming, thinking no one would listen. But now, the silence is about to break, not by force, but by divine orchestration. Your voice will be heard by those who matter most. There's a meeting happening soon, your name will be mentioned. It will not be in accusation but in realization. Someone in that room will begin to connect the dots. They'll see through the lies, and your truth will begin to rise. Type Amen to get blessing 2244. Even when you were hurting, you chose dignity. You never retaliated with hate, and that's what makes your justice unstoppable. Because what's coming is not revenge, it's divine setting right. And it will be undeniable to everyone watching. They once mocked your silence, thinking it meant defeat. Now they fear your peace, knowing it means strength. You no longer need to shout to be seen. The presence you carry is speaking for you now. Type Amen to get blessing 1555. Their story is collapsing, piece by piece. It's not because you expose them directly, but because they can no longer hold up the lies. Truth requires no defense when falsehood is falling under its own weight. You are walking freely while they scramble in fear. A door that was closed to you is about to swing open. And on the other side is someone who once judged you, now ready to apologize. Not everyone believed the lies. And the ones who didn't will soon play a part in your restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There is justice that doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it arrives quietly, reshaping the very ground your enemies walk on. And that's what's happening now, subtle shifts with powerful outcomes. You are being vindicated without even knowing all the details yet. Archangel Michael says, keep walking in truth. Let them talk, let them pretend, let them deny. None of it can stop what's coming. Because the divine has already ruled in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 1117. They tried to use your silence as a weapon against you. But that silence has now become your sanctuary of power. While they panic, you remain rooted in something higher. Your spirit is no longer disturbed, it's aligned. There's a woman who once laughed at your fall. Now, she's covering her tracks, afraid you'll rise with the full story. She's losing control over the people she once manipulated. They're beginning to see you clearly. Type Amen to get blessing 322. Your journey has not been in vain. The delay was never denial, it was divine preparation. So that when truth rises, it doesn't come alone. It comes with elevation, with reward, and with undeniable clarity. What they feared the most is not your revenge, it's your peace. Because peaceful people who walk in truth can never be controlled. And that's why you're so powerful right now. You've outgrown the chains they tried to use to silence you. Type Amen to get blessing 808. One by one, the lies are unraveling. The people they fooled are waking up. What was hidden is rising like smoke from fire, it can't be contained. They will no longer be able to deny your truth. Your story is sacred. It has the ability to free not just yourself, but others walking in silent suffering. That's why the enemy tried to silence you so hard. But what's divine cannot be destroyed. Type Amen to get blessing 404. A truth bearer like you doesn't just survive, you transform atmospheres. You shift rooms, awaken spirits, expose hidden things. And even when you speak few words, your energy speaks volumes. That's your divine authority. Soon, someone will come to you trembling, with eyes lowered. They will admit they were part of something that hurt you. Not because they were loyal to the lie, but because they were scared. And now, they want to make it right. Type Amen to get blessing 288. You were meant to walk through this fire not to burn, but to shine. And now, your shine is causing shadows to panic. Let them worry, because what's coming for you cannot be silenced. It will be seen, felt, honored, and unstoppable. They never thought the one they tried to bury would bloom into this. But here you are, standing, glowing, expanding. Your truth is a wildfire, no wall can contain it anymore. Keep standing firm, because divine justice is not done yet. Type Amen to get blessing 1333. The last move is heaven's, not theirs. And that move is already in motion. Watch how the very ones who doubted your truth will come to sit in awe of it. Because what they tried to silence is about to echo forever. Your story will never die. It was never meant to. It will rise, it will roar, it will revive. And all will witness the power of a truth too sacred to be buried. Type Amen to get blessing 10,000. They thought the noise they created would drown you out forever. They believed if enough people repeated their version of events, yours would vanish. But what's divinely rooted doesn't disappear, it waits for its divine hour to bloom. That hour is now unfolding in ways they never saw coming. Your story, once dismissed, is becoming the center of whispers. The same mouths that mocked you now hesitate when your name is mentioned. There's confusion in their eyes, not because of guilt, but because your glow contradicts the story they sold. And the more you rise, the more their lies collapse. Type Amen to get blessing 4949. There's a call coming soon. Someone wants to speak with you after months of avoidance. They're not ready to admit everything, but their tone will be different. It's the sound of someone realizing the weight of truth they once ignored. That call is not random, it's a signal of what's shifting behind the scenes. Someone you helped quietly is now your divine witness. They saw how you suffered silently, how you stayed kind when you could have destroyed. And now, they're moved to act in your favor, not from pity, but from truth. You have allies you don't even know yet. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. They laughed behind your back when they thought they'd buried your name. But your name is now being spoken in rooms they can't enter. What they tried to suppress is turning into sacred conversations. You are being remembered, respected, and revered. Their panic is increasing with every passing hour. They tried to erase you from the narrative, but now you are the narrative. No one can hold back the wind of truth, it breaks through every sealed door. You are that wind now, whether they like it or not. Type Amen to get blessing 757. The one who lied about you the most is now being questioned. Their story is changing every time they speak. People around them are noticing the inconsistencies. And eyes are shifting, away from you, and onto them. There's a divine ripple effect starting now. What you endured in isolation is now becoming your breakthrough. This pain was not a punishment, it was an unveiling. You were being positioned, not pushed away. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. The woman who smiled in your face while scheming behind your back is not at peace. Her mask is slipping in front of people she once charmed. Her desperation is starting to show, and it's uncomfortable to watch. Because now they see her, not the version she invented. Your dignity has been your strongest weapon. You could have retaliated, but you chose restraint. And that's why you're walking into blessings that can't be denied. Elevation is your portion now. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. The spiritual realm has already moved things into alignment for your name to be cleared. You won't have to fight, truth will walk before you like a warrior. Doors are opening without noise. And those who once ignored you will now search for your voice. They once doubted you because of who they thought you were. But now they're realizing that what they heard was never the truth. Their shame will not come from your words, but from their silence when they had a chance to do better. You are teaching them without even speaking. Type Amen to get blessing 5656. There's someone who once blocked your progress intentionally. Now they feel uncomfortable even hearing your name. Because what they tried to stop has grown roots in places they can't reach. You're not just rising, you're spreading. They will attempt to reach out through others. To see if you're open to talk, but they still won't be honest. Don't let them back into the space you've cleansed with tears. This new level isn't for the ones who helped break you. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. What was taken from you will be restored in double measure. Even the time they wasted by dragging your name will be returned. You will not beg for what's yours, heaven has already signed the release. Watch it manifest in front of the very ones who laughed. The next few weeks will bring clarity. Someone you forgot about will return with important information. A document, a message, or an admission, it will shift everything. You'll finally feel vindicated, not just spiritually but visibly. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. This isn't revenge, it's restoration. You didn't need to prove anything because your character has always done that for you. And now, your presence alone is enough to bring discomfort to liars. You were born to walk in boldness, not fear. There's a gathering happening soon, your story is at the center of it. But not in the way it used to be. This time, it's about acknowledging what they ignored for too long. Your truth is undeniable now. Type Amen to get blessing 383. You are now being viewed as the one who endured and overcame. Not the victim, but the overcomer. You walked through betrayal and came out glowing. That glow is your armor now. The silence they forced upon you has turned into divine thunder. Your presence makes people reflect. Your smile holds weight. Your peace is now your loudest response. Type Amen to get blessing 1711. Someone from their side will come forward publicly. They've had enough of living with guilt. Their confession will shift how others see you permanently. And it will be impossible to ignore from that moment on. They underestimated the power of healing. They thought you'd stay broken. But your healing has birthed a strength that terrifies them. They don't know how to stop what they can no longer control. Type Amen to get blessing 606. Your story was never ordinary. It was wrapped in divine preservation. And now that the time is right, it will shake the very ground it walks on. Not with destruction, but with truth. Let them talk. Let them scramble. Let them wonder how you made it. Because when they tried to silence you, they forgot. You weren't just carrying a story. You were carrying divine fire. Type Amen to get blessing 2444. You are no longer hidden. You are no longer doubted. You are no longer broken. You are everything they feared you would become once your truth rose. And now it has. Loud. Bright. And unstoppable. Type Amen to get final blessing 77777.